Yeah. So at first it was like a statement, and then.
And then it grew. And
yeah. You remember when you put those albums on for the first time? What was it that?
It was the passion in their voices that got me, especially like Ella Fitzgerald's ability with her voice is amazing. Like I've always been obsessed with voices, like since I was really little. But Etta James, the passion in her voice, I believe every single word that she sings, and every breath that she like kind of holds or doesn't take, I do exactly the same. Like when you're listening to her, I was sort of blown away, and she was so sincere and like so much conviction in her voice. I love her. I think she's amazing.
Yeah, and when you started singing, you yourself, it wasn't really like the Spice Girls at all, or.
I mean, it was when I was little. It was when I was little, yeah.
But where did your own voice? How did it grow? Where did it come from?
I taught myself how to sing by listening to Etta James. So when I bought that album, I was like 14, 15. My voice kind of changed from being kind of like really generic and like the Spice Girls and like Destiny's Child. Not that Destiny's Child is generic at all. But when I listened to Etta James, because of the passion in her voice, I started like thinking about lyrics rather than just singing them, just remembering them. I started singing them, and it was when I wrote my first song of my own about something that I felt, which was Hometown Glory. Instead of like impersonating Etta James and Jill Scott and Lauryn Hill, my own voice kind of came in because I was singing about my feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the first song, Hometown Glory?
That was the first song I wrote, yeah.
Because it's on the album?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the newest one on the album?
The newest one on the album is Right as Rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's for you the big differences between those songs?
Between those ones, Hometown Glory is Hometown Glory was written. When I signed my record deal, I had 3 songs. It was Hometown Glory, Daydreamer, and My Same. And so I had 3 songs when I signed, and then there was like 8 months where I didn't write any songs because I just finished college and I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to go out partying and have fun and see my friends and stay up late. And so when I wrote my songs, when Right as Rain was the last song I wrote, because I wrote the rest of the album in May last year, I was in a different place because I was feeling quite upset. Whereas Hometown Glory, I was very young and I was naive and I was 16. I was in love with London. I thought it was really cool to be from London. So I guess maturity and experience. I hadn't really experienced anything when I was 16. Whereas 19, I think I've experienced a lot. No more than any other 19-year-old, but a lot more than I had when I was 16.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I read somewhere you described the album as kind of a breakup album.
Yeah, very much. Very much.
Yeah, that's quite a thing for a 19-year-old.
Yeah, I guess it's just sort of. I wrote the album to get it off of my chest, to kind of get it out of my system. But it's no more than any other 19-year-old. It's just mine's magnified because it's a record that's been released around the world. I never really thought of that when I was writing it, and now I have to talk about the boy that I hate all the time. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You still hate him?
We're friends, but I do hate him a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. What's do you have one song that's the most important one for you on the album?
There's 2. Like Melt My Heart to Stone is my favourite song on the album, and that song was really like difficult when I was singing. I was just like been crying loads, but that's my favourite song on the album, and that came like that. The lyrics came as I was recording. I didn't have any lyrics; they came as I was recording, and Make You Feel My Love, the Bob Dylan cover. When I heard that, the album's finished, and we had another song that we then took off to put Make You Feel My Love on it. And I love other people's songs, but I don't like covering other people's songs because I never think I can do them just for justice, And they're other people's songs, and I don't want to touch them because they're quite personal, I think, songs. But I heard that song, and I read the lyrics, and they're the most beautiful lyrics I've ever read, or heard, or sung, and they just kind of summed up everything that I'd been trying to write in my songs about how I felt. And it's my favourite song. I think it's such a beautiful song, Make You Feel My Love. So that one's important because before, even though I thought the album was complete and finished, when I heard that, it just kind of summed up. And like if my album was a shape before I heard that, the album was kind of like that. And then when I did it, it kind of became a whole circle, which that's really important to me as well, that song, and important for the album, I think.
Yeah, it made it to an album.
Yes, yeah,
album.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.